I need you to shut up. This is such an obvious video that I can't believe I haven't put a video about this out there before. But so many people with tinnitus have been exposed to emotional difficulty where you've had to listen to things that you don't want to hear. So people shouting or screaming or arguing or saying things that you don't want to hear. And if you don't say no, stop, it keeps them coming, and this can actually be quite traumatic. And a lot of children, unfortunately, are exposed to bullying parents and difficult emotions, or you hear nasty things said about yourself, or you live with a bully, for example. It's so important that you say no, stop this, I don't want to hear this. And unfortunately, children often don't have the rights to say this to their parents, so they end up having to put up with things, and they go into this people-pleasing mode where they're open and exposed to emotional difficulty, which puts us into a state of fight or flight and super sensitized hearing, walking on eggshells for decades, frankly. So no, I need you to stop talking. I need you to shut up. It's so important to be able to say this. In any relationship or work situation, if you're having to put up with emotional difficulty, you need to negotiate with everybody and say, look, this must stop now. I need a break. And ideally that person respects that. If they're not able to respect that and you're exposing yourself to abuse, then please be aware that it is abuse and it's traumatizing, and it could have quite a negative response on your nervous system. So it's much better, if you're dealing with bullies or listening to difficulty, for you to say, look, just wait a second, hold that thought, I must pop to the loo, or I'm just going to make a coffee. Most people can understand if you suddenly need to go to the loo. It's a social convention that will interrupt the worst of arguments or abuse. And if you pop to the loo, taking space, going away from the aggressor, abuser or bully, you may suddenly get in touch with your feelings and start feeling clear. And it's really important to give yourself a very clear choice and ask yourself, whoa, that was difficult. Do I want to go back into that? No, I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to have lunch. I'm not going back into that very difficult situation. If you step out of these situations, often you start to really feel how you are, instead of freezing and spacing out and dissociating, which can keep tinnitus and these fight or flight responses going. So my advice is to get out of the difficult situation if you can. Allow yourself to really reconnect with what you're feeling and give yourself choice. You don't have to do anything you don't want to. You don't have to go back to the difficult situation. Go for a walk. Have lunch. Go somewhere different. And allow your system to settle. And when you go back eventually in a better place, it's very important to negotiate these firm, clear boundaries with people. No, I need you to shut up, or I need this to stop. And if I say stop, you must stop. We need to agree to be able to stop each other. And that way, you're much less likely to dissociate or space out, and the alarm bells are much less likely to start ringing. When you feel safe, the alarm bells stop ringing. You don't have to expose yourself to negative messages or untoward situations on a regular basis. You have choice. Use it.